Hey guys, what is going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and as you can see here, I am on my YFZ 450R, and as you can also see, I am not at home. So we are actually out here. We're going to do some training today. So I was lucky enough to be able to get in touch with local Vet A rider and GNCC Vet A rider, Daniel Norman. Luckily, he's out of Greencastle, Indiana, and I was able to get with him and set up a little training class. So he'd never done one of these before, but he said he was looking to kind of get into it, and he'd be willing to help me out with some tips and tricks. So I figured I'd jump on the opportunity and come see what we can learn and try to better our technique and get a little bit faster. So out here at his place, we're going to do a little bit of training and riding today, starting out on the turn track. It's actually his son Hunter going out, showing me the turn track, showing me the layout. We're going to get started by doing a little bit of turn track work, seeing, just kind of doing the basics, doing some basic riding, seeing what we can do there. But yeah, just try to figure some stuff out and see. He's going to kind of watch me do a little bit of riding, see what my riding style is, and we'll go from there. Later on in the video, I actually set up a timer on the screen so we can kind of watch some lap times and see how that's going and how I'm improving throughout the day. But yeah, so getting ready to finish out the turn track here, and yeah, we'll get started. Go around him here, just kind of getting warmed up. I'm also doing some talking, as you guys can tell. This is not through my helmet, so I wasn't talking when we were there on the property, but I figured I would overlay some voice so it's not too boring. But yeah, here we're starting out on the track, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna shut up here for a minute, and we'll watch some riding, and I'll chime back in here in a second. Pulled over there for a sec. He was giving me a couple little tips right off the bat, just to see kind of what I was, kind of saw what I was doing, and gave me a couple hints real quick. And if you guys did come to the video expecting to give you all the secrets, that's not exactly what this video is. So yeah, he did definitely give me some stuff to work on, but I'm not just going to throw all that stuff out there, because I did pay for this class. It wasn't free. So he is putting on these riding classes. If you guys are in the Midwest Indiana area, and you're looking to better your game, get with him, and he can help you out and make you faster. So I can definitely tell you a little bit of a spoiler alert to the video, but after these, I was definitely running some faster laps after the tips he gave me throughout the day. So it really did help me out, gave me a lot more confidence in that stuff, and overall worked out pretty good. So yeah, with that, I'll video keep going here, and I think here shortly, maybe the end of this lap, I start the timer and you can start to see what some of my lap times are. Timer going. So I start it on that little hump right before the jump, before the second jump, every lap. And so let's see, I got the timer going here. See kind of what I'm doing. Lay down some basic lap times. Something you might notice a little bit is one thing I was doing right off the bat. I was blowing a lot of these corners. I was getting up on two wheels and a lot of that stuff. So that was a big thing that helped me work on, and later on you'll see it starts to get a lot better. And I was having a lot of weight transfer issues, front wheels coming up, all different sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna let you guys watch here. I think I run 4 timed laps, maybe 3 or 4, and once that's done, we'll look over the data and see how it pans out. So finishing up this 4th time lap, and as you guys saw, the first couple laps, we had a 107. We did dip into the 106s on that second lap, and then another 107, and then this one here, another mid 107. So right around that 107 mark is kind of the laps I was running. So pulled off I did some talking, took some rest time, and he helped me out, was giving me a bunch of tips on what controls I should be using, what my body position should be, all this different stuff that I wasn't necessarily doing before. And then we even went through and we adjust some of my controls, my throttle, my brake lever position, some different things to help better ergonomically on the bike. Some stuff that I just kind of set it and forget it type of thing. And so after that, of course, we went out and I ran a couple more test laps before this video, and then ended up getting on the quad, and we were going to go through and do I think I do 4 more timed laps as well. And so we'll watch these times after those changes he recommended to me, and we'll see how they go. But overall, I think a lot of this stuff was definitely very, very helpful to me, and it's stuff that I had kind of known about, but you can watch these pro riders and A riders all day long, but you don't necessarily know what they're doing until you go out there and talk to them. So if you do get the chance to go out and do one of these classes with somebody like this, I would highly recommend it, especially Daniel Norman here, because he helped me out a lot. So starting on the time lapse, and we'll see how they go with the new techniques. finishing up lap number 4. As you guys saw, my first my first 3 laps. Oh, and then I had a little bit of miss up there. I had a little bit of a gear issue, but first couple laps was right in that 105 range. And coming around here, I would have been in that 105 range once again had I not missed that shift there, but it does happen. But as you can see from those little bits of improvement, I saw some good gains just on those little laps.
Especially in that corner, and a lot of them, I feel so much better.
You look a lot better. So
we talked through some of that stuff there for a minute on that turn track. He helped me out a lot with that stuff, like I said, and as you guys can see just by the times alone, I definitely had some improvement. So once we saw some good little improvement out there on the turn track, we decided to head into the woods. So he has a very similar little track inside the woods here that we're going to ride around. Not too long, short. He has a full-size track too, and we played around on it a little bit later in the day, but we were really focusing on training and just trying to get as much out of me as we could in that day's time. So out here on his little woods track, once again, I think it's basically right around a minute lap time, but he's kind of showing me the ropes here, showing me the track, and then we're going to get on and we're going to do some lap times with this one as well. So with that, I will we'll get right into it and see what kind of lap times we can throw down inside the woods. I will also mention it was really helpful. As you can see, he pulled over there for me, and he was actually riding behind me for these laps, and he wasn't necessarily pushing me or anything, but he was just riding behind me, trying to get a feel for what I was doing, watching me, seeing how I was using my body with the bike, seeing how my bike was reacting to certain stuff, just getting as much perspective as he possibly could, rather than just sitting there on the sidelines with a stopwatch, watching you from a distance. He was really getting in there, making sure he could see what I was doing throughout the day, which was really cool to be able to do that, and that's really a good benefit to these one-on-one sessions. So like I said before, I highly recommend if you're able to do something like this, definitely do it, and it can really improve your riding game. So now I'll be quiet and we'll watch some of these woods laps. that dipped down into the 59s, but overall fairly consistent right around that middle 1 minute mark. So not too bad for our first couple laps, and we're going to, at this point, I think we actually pulled off for lunch, and then from there we're going to come back. We did a little bit more riding, and then we're going to jump into some the final laps that I ran. I actually only ran 3 here, but this was actually towards the end of the day, so I was getting a little bit tired, so the improvement wasn't quite where I wanted it, but overall for a full day of riding, and then full day of riding, and then coming to this point and running some laps, overall I was very happy with the experience. But I'll let you guys watch through here as I do these laps, and then we'll come back right at the end and see what it was like. As you can see here, made a little bit of a mistake there on that second lap. Kind of blew that turn, and it actually hurt me a little bit, so it didn't cut any time off. But yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake there on that lap. So overall, it didn't affect me too much. So we're starting off this third lap here, coming in strong, not too bad. Had a 59 for the first lap, and then a little bit of a bobble there on that second lap slowed me down a little bit, had a minute or so. But we're going to see if we can finish strong here. Overall, like I said, this was a really great experience, and once again, I know I've said it a couple times already, but had a little bit of a bobble there in that corner, which slowed me down a little bit this lap. But overall, this was a really great experience, and if you do have the opportunity to get out and train with someone who is faster than you, who can give you some good tips, I would highly recommend doing it. So we're going to finish up the lap here, coming in, and hit the jump, and right around 59, that middle 59 range. So overall, had a pretty good performance there. You know, nothing major, but also I noticed I was getting pretty tired by the end of the day. I was using a lot of muscles I hadn't really used before, especially with these new kind of riding techniques and styles. So a big thank you to Daniel Norman for having me out, helping me out with this stuff, and these little improvements I think are going to go a long way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this style of video. I'm super pumped for the next race. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.